yes, and welcome to the Insurtech Story podcast, a platform to spread knowledge on insurance, innovation, digital disruptions, and entrepreneurship. Our website, insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Amazon Music. Today, we will discuss on the topic navigating the digital future with insurance brokers. And for now, I'm delighted to welcome our guest, Vidya Bhuta, who is the Director and Principal Officer at Mialtas Insurance Broking that has a presence in over 48 locations across the country. Vidya has over 17 years of experience in building businesses from scratch. She is a qualified broker and a serial entrepreneur with capabilities in strategy, analytical thinking, and disruptive technology. So, Vidya, a warm welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Surya, and hello to all the listeners of Insurtech Story. Thanks for having me today, and it's great that we're talking about the future of insurance. It's
Um,
definitely as bright as mission was.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a very interesting future that we are going to see, especially for a sector like insurance, which was all, you know, it's more of the chosen traditional path all this while, right? So, with that, just to move on to the agenda for the day, it's interesting to see how the insurance is sector is getting disrupted by digital technologies, right? And it's even more interesting to understand how the broker landscape in insurance can also get disrupted by emerging technology, and especially in a country like India, where the distribution model is primarily led by agents and brokers. So, can you provide an overview of the current state of the insurance industry and how digitalization is impacting the role of insurance brokers?
So it's been an eventful year for insurance industry in general, and Indian insurance industry in particular have been more exciting. In fact, it's been more exciting than a Tom Cruise movie. So in recent past, there have been 5 to 6 factors which have affected profoundly to the insurance industry, namely social, technological, economical, environmental, and so political. Together, we call it as STEEP. These factors are bringing end to the predictable world which we knew in 1970s, 1950s. But now, with increasing impact of these um, conditions, the insurers and brokers are trying to find new and innovative ways with digital means to get to your customers. The social instability, technological disruption, demographic shifts, and climate change are leading this fractured world, and we are trying to find more digital channels and wider distribution bases through partnerships and embedded options um, with changing marketing dynamics. So the wave is so huge here that it's for the brokers now, it's ride it or drown in this.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting, to see the current state. Any examples that you have in mind to demonstrate?
So in Indian context, the regulatory changes with new government norms coming in, the insurers have been put through new EOM rules and regulations which have directly impacted the brokers. Digitally, brokers have seen a robust growth of platforms, online platforms, which are one-stop solutions, and the brokers are using AI technologies continuously to get more nearer to the consumer.
Great. So, what do you think are the some key digital trends that insurance brokers are adopting to stay competitive in the market?
Digital transformation is no longer an option for insurers. It is the necessity here now. So, in order to this compete in this new world and the changing trends and buying behavior of the consumers, we have to embrace digital technology. And the portal and apps which have been built up with the brokers and by the brokers are leading to built up interest for buying insurances. So,
Right.
as we all are aware, the broker is the one who represents the client. He evaluates the risk, goes to the insurers, gets the best option for quotes and coverages for the clients, and makes him understand the risk which client himself doesn't know. And he actually helps him cover the risk on his own risk.
Right.
Uh, Now, in digital space, with the brokers coming in, the brokers are one-stop solution here. They're getting the whole of insurance industry, the whole gamut of 1,000 or 2,000 products into his portal so that a consumer could have more informed choices here. There are few brokers who are generalistic in nature, giving general solutions to all their particular customers. There are few brokers who have portals which are particularly um, concentrated on health. Some are very concentrated on SME products, whereas some are now specialized in embedded insurance. But definitely and surely the brokers are making a mark on this scene. So there have
Absolutely.
been
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. So there have been rise in a new business models here due to digital technology. So the first and foremost being the growth of usage-based insurance. So what's an usage-based insurance? The usage-based insurance is a type of insurance that charges customers based on the actual usage rather than estimate of the usage. So the most common form of UBI is as you pay drive insurance. It is used mostly for motor insurance, in which a driver is not penalized for the general trend in the market, but he's been charged according to his driving habits. It also encourages the driver to drive more safely so that he has a more risk-free. The claims wouldn't trigger, thus then his next premium would be discounted. The same type of insurance have been now embedded in health insurance, in which Fitbits and everything have been introduced for the customer so that he gets more healthier, like walking 1,000 steps in a day, so that he's been rewarded by giving heavy discounts on his renewal. And for a for large number of customers, this is a welcome change, having a usage with insurance and not being penalized for the general um, trend in the market. There
Right.
have been, yes. And the second option which insurers and brokers are taking here is new ways of managing risk. So IoT technology is gaining momentum here in insurance industry because for risk assessment and underwriting, the real-time status and data what we get through IoT technology is helping insurers as well as brokers to give much more personalized services and much more personalized products to the customer, because broker is anyway nearer to the customer. He knows the customer much better, but now with real time data, the he actually can evaluate the customer of his habits and pitch him the product which is actually relevant to him in the market out of the 1,000 options he has. The third and very important thing which have come up, Surya, is the predictive analytics. So, predictive analytics is a type of artificial intelligence that is used for making predictions about the future events. So, this was used by the insurer till now, but then now the brokers can now predict what it would be their behavior of their customers, and it can suggest more products. For example, if they know a customer is a harsh driver, he always knew that his customer, but now he knows his habits, so he can actually give him the product. Or if he knows a customer has a particular type of disease and his trend on the diseases which his hospitalization occurs, um, he would give a better product to the customer.
So you mean to say the brokers, with the help of, or rather with their intent to execute more of digital technologies, they can also, echo the kind of activities and strategies that the insurers themselves are using, or rather started using after the emergence of these technologies, right? So it's more of a similar path, but just the middlemen also are getting equipped with these technologies to help the ecosystem, get better, right?
Definitely, Surya. So till now, I think you would be aware that insurers are less connected with in customer rather than a broker. A broker is the first point contact of the customer, and insurer used to take the first-hand feedback of the broker for making his products. They are definitely using technology to get to the customer firsthand, definitely, and
Yeah.
they are doing it superbly, no doubts about it. But the brokers are not. far behind because anyways they were close to the customer. Now they are aligned with the customer perfectly so that they can give them more better products.
Yeah, absolutely. So, moving on to the last discussion points for the day, how can insurance brokers effectively leverage technology and digital tools to enhance customer experience and streamline their operations? So, if you could just, explain this to the listeners with some, examples that you may have in mind, which is focused on the customer experience part of the broker channel.
Yeah, sure, Surya. So the customer experience have taken a center stage post COVID, as in nothing can be done for insurers. They are trying to make the products which are more customer centric. But for brokers, we are trying to give them the best product out of the market, which thousand products are there in the market, and we are trying to give them more personalized offerings and services through digital channels. This is what broker is doing through the digital technology. So the main focus of brokers now is giving a tailor-made product to the customer. So uh, even though the insurers goes back to his drawing table to get the product made for the customer, the broker have to choose the best product out of the whole gamut of products which are there, and that can be only done through artificial intelligence and through data handling and data analytics, which we have through all these online platforms and the connect with the client. If I can give you an example on this, so we had a client at Mialtus, we had a client who had a recurring, so this was a corporate client who, through his data analytics, we found that they had a recurring claims on a particular disease. So we actually found a product for them in which those diseases were covered and the corporate client could actually claim better for its employees. So that helps when you actually know how the client is having issues with.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
And
I
the
think,
last point, yes,
yeah, please
Surya.
go ahead.
So the last point I wanted to highlight in this digital transformation is there is a huge demand for customer self-service. Whatever we are doing today, this AI based transformation and the digital, anything in digital space, the first thing that we now keep in mind as brokers is the customer doesn't want to be pestered through phone calls or through appointments. He wants to have his leisure time to actually evaluate the options. He's an educated, informed person. He needs to have all his options on the platter. He wants to evaluate according to his own time through all our analytics. And then at the end point, when he is about to make a decision, he decides to use his self-service tools like online code generators and chat boxes so that he decides through this complex process. So that is how we are, as brokers, as Mialtas, we are trying to focus on customer self-service now.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's time that the middleman and the brokers also, start getting equipped with more and more of digital technologies than ever before. And of course, insurers are doing their part, but in a country like India, which is primarily led by brokers and agents, I think it's time that they embrace these technologies to help customers better, and of course get better penetration in the market. So what do you think the industry or the broker landscape is like in India as of now? Are they actually looking forward to equip themselves, or is just some who are doing it?
No, we don't have an option. As I told you, the
Right.
brokers now don't have an option. In fact, the regulator have also made it very clear that you have to upgrade yourself. You cannot go by your old means of talking to the customer and giving him one, two options. Now you need to give him the whole gamut of choices, and it's up to the customer how he chooses. So nobody can just sit back and it's not an option for any brokers. We all
Yeah.
are upgraded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
And
think
the
it's
main
a
now,
very fantastic and a promising move.
yeah, exactly. In fact, the main motto now for the brokers is to unbundle insurance for everybody now.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, the insurance is there out there for everybody. We just unbundle and give them the clear picture.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Vidya. Fantastic discussion, and thank you for sharing your thoughts today. A true delight to have you as a guest. And lastly, to wrap this up, thank you for listening, and see you at our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.